Okay, let's take a look at some fractional exponents. So 5 to the exponent 3 over 4. If you want to use the angled slash fraction, 5 to the 3 over 4, this is the only time that I ever allow it. Never use angled slash fractions, but sure, this time. So that is equal to our root. And the bottom of the fraction becomes the root. We're still working on a base of 5, and we keep the exponent of 3. So let's see that with a variable. X to the 2 over 3 becomes a type of root. The bottom becomes the root, and the top stays the exponent. Oh, last one, forgot to check your answer. Type the question into the calculator, type the answer into the calculator, make sure they're the same. Off to the right, pick an arbitrary value for x, put into the question, put it into the answer, make sure they're the same. Correct. Okay, 8 to the 1/3 equals. Well, that's a root. The bottom becomes the root. It's still 8 to the 1. Get rid of the 1 if you want. Check it on your calculator. Do a step, because you can. We learned that 8 is 2 times 4 and 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 times 2. So we have 3 2's underneath the cube root. And because we have 3 identical numbers, we can circle them. And it becomes 2. Check your answer on your calculator. So in algebra, the rule is x to the m over n equals the nth root of x to the m. Box around your formulas, also on the review sheet at the end of the chapter. Remember, either the bottom becomes the root or the top stays the exponent, but not both. Okay, so let's look at what to do in what order. So let's take 8 to the 2/3. Now, should we, well, let's first convert it. So that's going to be the cube root of 8 squared. Now, what should we do first, the cube or the squared? Well, 8 squared is 64, and the cube root of 64 is 4, and that was pretty simple. But when the numbers get bigger, we don't want to do that. We want to do the cube root first. The cube root of 8 is 2, still squared, equals 4. Check the question and the answer on your calculator. As you can see in the notes, we've done the other version, where we just squared it first. So, still equal to the cube root of 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. Carry everything else down. Cube root of 64 is also 4. Do whatever you want, just don't break any of the laws. Okay, I am going to shrink this up a tad. And let's go for the next one. So we have negative 27 to the 4/3. Okay, well, the bottom becomes the root, but we have to put the negative 27 on the inside with brackets. Careful with that. So now we want to do the cube root of negative 27 first. So what 3 identical numbers multiply together to make negative 27? Negative 3. Still to the 4. Brackets around it. Because we have to take that negative to the 4. And a negative to a even exponent is going to become positive. And 3 to the 4 is 81. Type into the question, type in the answer. Make sure it's the same. Check your answer. Okay. 2 to the 1/2 times 2 to the 1/4. Well, we learned that multiplying with the same base, we have to add the exponents. 1/2 plus 1/4 is lowest common denominator of 4 I times this by 2, so I have to times this by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Haven't touched the 1. Equals lowest common denominator of 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3/4. Partial answer, circle it, sure. Bring it back into the question. Do stuff off to the right. Bring it back into the question. So we added the exponents and we got 3 over 4. I'm going to go down because I don't have any room. So we're going to turn it into a root. The bottom becomes the root, and it's still 2 cubed. Now 2 cubed is 8, so it's the 4th root of 8. Circle your answer. Check your answer on the calculator. 4th root 8 equals 2 to the question, 2 to the 1/2 times 2 to the 1/4. Make sure you put brackets around your exponents. Make sure they're the same. Check mark. So, a bunch more examples in the notes. Going down, we're dividing, so we subtract the exponents. Going down, we have brackets to exponents, so we multiply the exponents. If you need a review on how to work with fractions, go back to chapter 8 and learn your fractions. Further down the page, we have a whole bunch of crazy stuff with brackets, where we multiply the exponents and use the rule that we did from the above, and then work with negative exponents like we worked from above. Then off to the right, we further do more different rules. So what we have to do is we have to use all of our rules. Multiplying, add the exponents. Dividing, subtract the exponents. Exponents to exponents, we multiply the exponents. We have to work with negative exponents, and we have to work with fractional exponents. And then use whatever combination of those. Oh, I forgot negative coefficients with even and odd exponents. So make sure that you've gone through the grade 9 exponents before this. Even before you start this, go back to grade 9, watch them all. Get to know the simple rules with the numbers. Then this is simple. All we've done is introduce the fractional exponent law and review grade 8 fractions. Okay, so it's going to be a matter of deciding on which rule to use in which order, then just checking your answer. Picking an x and or y and or whatever value, put it into the question, put it in the answer, make sure they're the same. If they're not the same, it allows you to go back and see what you did incorrectly, allowing you to study on your own. Then try something different and go, oh, that makes more sense, it's correct. Great.